There, says I'm live. Not sure if I did it right. I'm hoping I did. I think I did. Oh, click on here. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? Can you hear and see okay? That is my first question. Good morning, good morning. Can you hear and see okay? Oh, let me get this out of the way. We don't need to look at that, huh? Good morning. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. That is the most important question of the day, right? Everybody can see and hear. Okay. All right. Whoops. What was that? Okay. Okay. Let me know how the sound is, if we're okay. I don't want to be too loud. I don't want to be too soft. I want to be just right. Good morning. Good morning. How is everyone doing in the second winter of this year? The second winter of this year we're having. I think it was 28 at my house when I woke up. This is what we're making today. Make sure you can see. Yep, you can see. Isn't this cute? I just hung this little zipper pull thing on there. Isn't that cute? This is the Riley Blake Machine Embroidery Stitcher Sewing Room Project Bag. Well, I don't know, project bag. I don't know what kind of project you would fit in here, but it's a cute zipper bag. And you could certainly fit, you know, your rotary cutter or something like that on there. Maybe a small pair of scissors. Little sewing doodads and notions. Good morning, Margaret, Angela, Ronnie, Pam, Lila. Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Linda, good morning. Tiny project. Yes, tiny projects. Our little tiny projects could go in here. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the appropriate name, but that's what they call it. It fits in a 5x7 hoop, or no, 6x10 hoop. It's just 5.5 by 7.5, but it is cute. It is very, very, very cute and a fun stitch out. It's a lot of fun. So this is what we're making today. And I hope you guys are sewing with me. This is the supply list that you get from A1. She does a little supply list for all our projects, which is so helpful. You don't have to go searching through. Sometimes these instructions can be 50 pages long, and we just kind of break it down in what you really need. So this is two-sided, but I do list the threads I'm using and what steps I use them on. And that's these here. I'll be using these threads. And let's see, I guess we can get going. we can get going. Of course, this is part of the Stitch Your Sewing Room, which is a bunch of cute projects. This is the door hanger. I don't know if I can get it all in the picture. Oops, let's take that off. This is cute. I'm going to make one for me and hang it on the outside of my sewing room on the door. Isn't that cute? That's the door hanger. This is, she showed you this if you were on the live stream. She showed you this. This is a little needle book to store our needles. And a little pin cushion. And there's also a quilt label. I didn't stitch that out yet. This is what I'm using, Grace Threads of Grace, which is so pretty. This line is very, very pretty. Hard to find right now. Everybody's sold out. But we have some of these. We have some of these in stock. So if you think you're going to make multiples, get a few of these because they're going fast. And I know I have a hard time finding them anywhere, but I know Jeannie has some. And one of these will make all 5 projects. So, all right. What we need a zipper. I just pulled one out of my stash that kind of went. I just had this tan one I thought would look okay. On this one, I used, I don't know about you guys, but every time Lori Holt comes out with her zippers, I buy them just because they're cute, whether I make the zippy bags or not. I just love these zippers. They're such cute colors. I like that they're double pulls. I like that they're not huge and they're double pulls. Usually when you get a double pull, it's like coat size or something. These are really, really nice quality, cute zippers in adorable colors. So I think I used this one, but you could use that one too. Even that one would go. So, and depending on what colors you use, if you wanted a little contrast, I mean, pretty much any of these would go, really. So I always have these on hand, so I just grabbed one of those for this one. So you can see, even though it's a double pull, it doesn't look too big. It's not too big for a bag this size. So, and like Lori Holt says, she goes, she can put her little zipper pull around both, if I can do it with my nails, around both and kind of lock it. She says lock it from little hands. So yeah. So those, if you have those on hand, you can grab one of those. You know, any zipper will do. I wouldn't go, I would want a number 3. I don't think I'd want the ones with the big teeth. Although those would look cute too. I don't know what wouldn't look cute on here. So this is what I had in my stash. And then I cut all of my fabric according to the instructions. Some of them have SF-101. I've already done that. And it tells you in the book. If you're not familiar with Riley Blake, this little symbol here, if it's next to what they want you to cut, then you need to put the SF-101 on it. So there's 2 of them here that need it on this project. So that's this little strip here and this bigger strip here. Okay, and you need some batting. I'm just using, you know, everybody's got a big pile of scraps in their battings, right? Oh, you need to break out the kit, Linda. Stitch with me. Stitch with me and make one. You're going to see how easy it is. I know some projects I like to watch first, and then I'm like, oh, I can do that. And you're going to find that this is one of those projects. You're going to be like, oh, I can do this. If you've made one zippy bag, you know, this one's not any different. And I do have to say that Riley Blake has come a long way with their instructions. Their instructions are a lot easier to understand, and I don't know if they have a new person or if the light bulb just went on in someone's head, but you're going to find that Riley Blake's instructions are much better these days. So that is always helpful, right? Okay, little batting. I think that's it. That's all we need. Okay, so we've got all our supplies together. We've cut our fabrics, and now we can get our hoop ready. And I have my hoop ready here. They want heavyweight tearaway, which is, I'm using, I think, medium. I think you can use, if you have, use what you have. If all you have is poly mesh or lightweight cutaway or something like that, use it. In this, it's not going to matter. I don't think it's going to make a bit of difference in this. The only difference with tearaway is that you have the chore of tearing it away, right? And if you use cutaway, you don't have that chore. So I'm just going to use cutaway because that's what they told me to use. I had some, so I just said I'm going to use it. I don't think I'm going to tear 90% of it away, I think. So I don't think it's going to make my bed crunchy. And that's your fear with the tearaway, is that if you leave a lot of it in your project, it's going to make your project crunchy. But if you're just leaving it behind the stitches, you should be okay. Plus you have the batting in between everything, so I think we're going to be okay. But like I said, use what you have. If you don't have tearaway and you read it and you're like, oh, darn it, I can't make this, that's not true. You can make this with anything, you know, as long as it's not like super thick, you know. I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything you can't make it with, right? Use what you have. It'll be okay. All right, especially if it's cutaway, because cutaway is flexible and, you know, it's going to be more pliable and stuff like that, and it'll feel better. I don't see washing this a whole lot of time, so if you're worried about the cutaway shrinking or doing anything like that, I don't think it's going to be a problem. But we all know how to, if we're using cutaway and we're worried about shrinking and, you know, puckering after we've washed it or whatever, just hover your steam iron over it and steam it. Don't set it down because it is polyester. It will melt. So if you want to pre-shrink your stabilizer, use your steam just hovering over it. Okay? And that should shrink it up. Okay, so we've done our hoop. Any questions so far? Yeah, it's a little chilly everywhere, isn't it? Good morning, good morning. Cold, cold. Yes, I know. It's the second coming of winter. I don't know. I think we're supposed to get some snow next, like in the next few days. I don't know what's happening. The world is ending. It's the apocalypse, right? Okay. Let's see. Placement line. So we're ready to stitch. I think we're ready to stitch. We're going to go to step 1. For the placement line and the batting and all of that, I like to use the first color that I'm going to use. in my I'm sorry, my words just aren't coming. I think I need a sip of coffee. Let me grab some. The first color in my design. There we go. I'll get it. I'll get there. Sometimes I got to go around the block. And the first color I'm using in my little parade of colors is an Isacord color. And if I could see, my world would be complete. I'm looking for Isacord 0851. I know it's not this one. Is it? No, it's not that one. It's got to be this one. But of course they have it on this pink color, which makes it impossible to see. Yep, this is it. This is it. It's this brown. This is the brown I'm going to be putting in the machine, because that's going to be the first. So that way I can go through all of these steps with the same color. And it should be fine. Okay. All right, let's go over to the machine. I got to remember how I'm doing everything here. Here's the machine. I want to make sure I'm not like, yeah, see, I'm like super zoomed in. And I don't need you guys that zoomed in right now. So I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to put my light up a little bit. I'm a little dark on this end, aren't I? Let me, oh. Well, first things first, Karen, turn on the machine, yeah? It's not going to like having a heat on there. I haven't even turned on the machine. But I'm like super dark. I'm going to try and make, no, that's worse. How about we go like this? Little light behind there. I'm going to see what that looks like. That looks better. Okay. Okay. Avenir, I'm on the Avenir today. I have a pre-wound bobbin in. Nothing special. 7511 needle. All the regular things. I am using the 6x10. Yes, I am. Okay. Hopefully, let me find my design. Hopefully it's on one of my USBs. Here we go. There's two possibilities. There it is. First time, got it. Okay, so I'm going to load the design. I think we all know how to do that. This is not a fast stitch. I mean, this is a fast stitch out. It's not a, there's just a few steps. Okay, so I'm going to put my, let's see, I want to make sure I'm not too dark. I think that looks okay. You guys let me know if that's, trying to get the light. These slim lines are so nice. They go pretty much everywhere and they twist and they're nice. Let's see, is that good? I think that's pretty good. All right, so our first step, like I said, I'm going to be using the first color in my design. just so I don't have to change my I've got a camera in front of the machine and a light in front of the machine, so bear with me. Okay. If I get in the way or briefly, I apologize. Okay. The first step is our placement line for our batting. And we're underway. Rethread the upper. It's threaded. Yeah. Maybe I should check my bobbin, huh? Make sure that it is, because that's threaded. I'll rethread the top and then I'll do the bobbin. Okay, there we go. Sorry about the noise. That was my watch. I'm going to check my bobbin real quick just because you never know if it's the bobbin or if it's the thread, or we'll just check all the things. Okay. Let's see if it's happy now. Are you happy now? I think it's happy now. Okay. I'm just going to cover that line up with our batting. Like I said, I got this out of my, big pile of, I see there's some thread here. I must cut it off a quilt. So anytime I can use scraps, I'm happy. Oh, it's okay. What is it doing? It is telling us it's going to, this part is the bottom of the bag, and then it's going to do some lines for the zipper, or for the top of the bag. It's been a while since I made this, so it's all like brand new. And then we're going to do some cutting. We're going to do some trimming. It's going to do a little bit up here. That's a good idea. I just throw my scraps in a big basket. Like, I need a little piece, and then I dig through that and make a big mess. But that's part of fun, right? Okay. I'm going to take this out because I'm going to hit this camera, of course. So let me move it back a little bit. Okay. Yeah, and my fabric scraps are the same way. I just have a big basket that's overflowing with scraps. I really need to find like a charity to give my scraps to. Something. I always say, I'm going to use them, I'm going to use them. When I first started sewing, I was so good with my scraps, and I have this one container that's full of these one scraps that when I began my little sewing journey, I'm like, oh, I have to, you know, make my scraps usable, because I probably watched some YouTube video of some incredible person who did it. I'm like, that's so smart. I'm going to do that too. And so I have these 10 by 10s and, you know, 5 by 5s and 2.5s, all the way down to 1 by 1s. And I have bags full of those sizes. And then I'm like, I can't keep doing this. Or probably what happened, and I really don't remember how I had stopped doing it, but probably what happened was I got a stockpile, and I'm like, oh, it's going to take me forever to cut these into those sizes, so I just stopped. But I do have a bunch that are well organized and in all these usable sizes. These scissors are not the greatest for batting. I didn't bring my, what are they, duckbill scissors? Those are the best because these like to dig in, and I don't want to cut where I don't want to cut. So this is taking me a little longer than it should. I don't have my duckbill scissors. I could probably go grab some. I'm sure Jeannie has some somewhere here, but I will just make do and make a mess. But it's not bad. I did okay. It's just batting. You haven't felt well. Well, I hope you're starting the kit today. Yay! Well, I hope, Norcal, you're feeling better soon. I hope it's nothing serious. Okay, let's see what our next step is. Okay, trim step. One thing about Riley Blake, and I have missed it before, is that it's just one little, and if you're just going along, I have forgotten to trim stuff before, so keep an eye out for those little symbols. Okay, so, oh, we're going to do the zipper now. We're going to place the zipper between the two rectangles so that the pull is above the top and the zipper is facing right side up. The bottom zipper stop needs to be below the stitching tape to secure. Let's go ahead and bring it over to the other camera here, and let's put our zipper in. I need to do that. Yeah, I think I changed it. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's put aside everything we're not using. I'm good. Okay, let's get our tape. I got some tape here. That looks just like regular Scotch tape. Okay, so let's make sure we're putting it right. I think we want our zipper to go this way, I'm thinking. Whoops, where are my directions? They're over here. Put it up here. All right, place the zipper right side up. We're right side up between the two rectangles so that the pull is above the top. The pull is above the top. Oh, because they have you like this. Okay, they have you like this. Now it's making more sense. So they have it like you're looking at your hoop on your machine. Okay. So the arm is on this side. The arm is on the left. Now it's making more sense. The pull is above the top and the zipper is facing right side up. Okay. The bottom zipper stop needs to be below the stitching and tape in place. And they have a little picture here with the zipper pull up here. So, yeah. So this is, so if you put your hoop the way they have it in the picture, it'll make more sense. Let's tape it down. And the one thing we have to make sure is our zipper pull is out of the way of our needle. And this tape is going to, this is not paper tape, so it is going to take up some of our fleece. So we should be okay. I don't like my zipper to move. So what happens when your zipper moves is you'll get this wave. So my zipper moved on me a little bit and you can see it, you get this wave. So tape it down as best you can. You do want to tape it down really well. All right, let's make sure we're going back to the machine. We are not. We're going to the back of the hoop. Carefully cut to remove stabilizer from behind the zipper. Well, wouldn't we want to do that after we stitch? Do you think we would want to do that after we stitch? Oh, he does. See here? Mine are covered. It says tack down stitch, step 3. So we're going to tack down the stitch. We're going to tack down the zipper. Okay. Let me move you over to the machine. And I'm just leaving the same color in. See it? Oh, there we go. We moved. There we go. Okay. Let's take our hoop out. Go back over to the table. Sorry. Table. Okay. All right. Let's take the tape off. Okay. A little bit left here. Might need some tweezers. I think I have some here. But first I have tape stuck to me. Okay, so get off. Okay. Okay, I think this will be fine. These are not very pointy. I'm not too worried about it. There we go. Okay. Now that's never going to come off of me either. That's some sticky tape. Okay. Now we're going to the back of the hoop. In the hoop zippers are the best. Right? They are the best. I got a sticky roller from the dollar store. What are we talking about? Now I'm reading. Little thread bits when I close down. Oh, that's a good idea. I have, I don't have carpet in my sewing room. Carpet scares me. I would have to vacuum like constant. Yeah, I would be so scared that I dropped something. Okay, so we're on the back of the hoop. Carefully cut and remove the stabilizer from behind the zipper. So it's funny. This is tearaway, so we're going to have to be extra careful, right? Because it will easily rip. Where we don't want it to. And I don't want to cut my zipper either. Okay, just checking. Checking, oops, I'm cutting my stitches. I don't want to do that. Okay. Okay, that's what it should look like. So our zipper is open. I don't know why we're doing that, because it's tearaway and we can just tear away it later. It's almost like it's written for cutaway, right? Because cutaway, we would have a problem trying to cut that out after everything was done. But if we're just ripping out tearaway, then we don't really need to do that, I don't think, but we did it. Okay, flip the hoop to the front. Place fabric right sides together. Right, RST is right sides together, right? Aligning the edge of the fabric with the right edge of the zipper tape as shown. The fabric will be covering the zipper. So we're taking one of these. We're taking, I think, this one. It shows fabric A, so I'm pretty sure that's fabric A. Yeah, fabric A is this one here. Aligning the edge of the fabric. Right sides together is confusing me. I'm pretty sure it wants right side down. Or, yeah, right side down, which is... I mean, RST, I'm just wondering, now I'm curious what they mean by that, because that means something different to me. I just have to satisfy my curiosity. of what they mean by RST. Right sides together, yeah. Which we're only putting one piece down, so I think we're going to do it right side down. We're going to do it right side down. And with the edge of the fabric, with the right edge of the zipper tape as shown. And what they mean by right edge, the top of the zipper. Okay. So we're going to put it at the top because we're going to flip it over. So we're just going to cover everything. I'm going to go ahead and tape. I'm going to tape on each end. I'm just going to tape here. Well, that's not long enough. Make a long piece of tape here. So we're just going to line up right side down. I don't know if it's me, you know, that I just can't process things sometimes, or if the directions are crazy. Probably a little of both, right? Okay. And I'm just going to kind of pull that nice and so it doesn't move. Okay, you could put a piece here. I have this extra piece, I might as well. Just going to do the edge so I try not to get it in the stitches. Okay, so let's make sure. Stitch and flip. Right sides together. Maybe they mean right sides together with the tape, with the zipper tape. Maybe that's what they're saying. Okay. Flip top fabric to the right and tape to secure. Okay. So I'm going to stitch. I'm going to stitch this. Let's go back to the machine. Okay. All right. Let's tack that down. Still using the same color. Sew it down and then flip, right? Yes. I did that right? Did I do it right? Okay, back to the table. Oh, you know what? I never even, oh, I did. Okay. Can't tell which camera I'm on. Goodness. I'm just going to blame everything on my stroke. It's because of my stroke. Okay. 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 We're going to flip it over. Now, you could iron this down. I'm just going to kind of finger press it because it's just going to do a little box around here. Okay. And I think I can get that to stay. We can put a little piece of tape up here. Although I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but we'll do it anyway. It's not going to make a difference. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, let's go back to the machine. I'm pretty sure we stitched the tack down. We're on step 5. Yeah, we're on step 5. So let's go back to the machine. Okay, still using the same color. And it's just going to do a teensy little box there. Teensy tiny. Okay, what's next? Step 6. We're doing the stitch and flip. Tack on stitch. Place fabric C. Right sides together. Aligning the edge of the fabric with the left edge of the zipper as shown. Okay. So now we're doing the bottom of the bag. Let's go back over here. Back and forth today. Okay. And let's find our C material. This is the material that has our SF101 on it, right? Let's just make sure that's C. I didn't mark mine. I should have used my alphabetties, huh? Let's see. Just want to make sure that I don't do anything crazy. Yep. Yeah, this is C. This is C, right? Is it C? You know, I had to use, okay, let me just make sure. I think I'm using this for C because I didn't have enough of this because I made some miscuts with my, so I should have labeled. This is totally my fault. So let's see the size. So I would have cut it the right size. I'll get it together, I promise. Okay, C is 4 by 9. And let me just, this seems bigger than 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 by 9. And this is 4 by 9. Okay. So no, I did it right. Backing. Okay. It just doesn't seem like it covers my, it doesn't seem to cover my, oh, that's because there's a bottom part too. Okay. Okay, so this is what was confusing me, is that it's not coming all the way to the bottom, but there's a bottom part too. Okay. All right. So let's line this up with the bottom part of our zipper down here, the left side they're calling it. And we're going to flip this over. And I'm not worried about taping that. So let's go back. Okay. All right. tacking down the zipper, or tacking down the body of the bag to the zipper. All right. Back to the table, and we're just going to smooth this down with our hands. Okay, read the next step, make sure we're going to tack it down. Before we do anything else, we're going to tack it down. So let's go back to the machine. Just smoothing it with my fingers, and it's staying pretty good. Iron if you need to. Okay, using the same color. Still haven't switched colors. Okay. Okay. Place fabric right side together. We're doing D now. I knew I had to switch some colors, so let's see. I think I'm using so instead of the kind of rusty color that they want, I'm using the same pattern, but the white. I think I see this one. This is what they're calling for. This is what I have because I didn't have enough of that other one, and I don't remember why. I think I miscut something. Should we trim that, do you think? I think we should trim it. Does it say to trim? Yeah, trim the left edge. And here's my scissors. I'm going to take this out because I've got the camera and whatnot in the way here. And we're just going to trim along this bottom. Again, the duckbill would work better because it will get caught up in your batting. You have to be careful when you have scissors that are pointy on your batting. You don't have to be so careful if you have the duckbill. Here we go. Just makes it a little more there. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it on here and put down my, I'm going to line it up right side down along with that seam, and we'll tuck it down. So I'm using a little different color. And then, oh, what happened? Oh, it just stopped stitching. Okay. That's weird because I'm still... Okay, we're just going to go back to that step. It didn't stitch. Let's check my bobbin. And remember, it's not a so long with me until something goes wrong. But we always overcome, right? Okay. There we go. Let's try it again. We're going to line this up. I'm going to cut that off. Okay. Let's see what happens. That looks better. All right, what is the next step? And step 8, flip the top fabric to the left and tape to secure. I don't know if we need to tape. I think we can just finger press it. Okay, it's going to do the bottom. All right. Okay, now we're doing the placement line for our piece that goes here. They're going to be 3 little squares. And for that piece, we're using our little dots. So sweet. Now we're getting to the fun stuff. It is beautiful, isn't it? I just want a bolt of everything. Okay, I'm going to lay this down and it's going to tack it down. And what's up? We need to trim it, of course. That is right side up, yes. We're doing right side up. we're going to trim this, and this is what our little, because it's going to have a satin stitch around each square eventually. We're getting to the fun part. I'm going to save that. I'm going to take this out and just cut it here. Probably not worth saving, but that is, I'm terrible at saving little tiny scraps. You could cut little squares and not use so much material. Be careful getting underneath here, right? Especially with these pointy scissors. I don't want to ruin my fabric underneath. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to do the top and bottom parts of the little spool that's in the first square. Little spool of thread. And we're finally getting some pretty stuff. Oh, you're not late, Nana Nancy. That's cute. You're not late. I appreciate you joining us. That didn't sound right, huh? Oops. That must be my bobbin again. You know, I'm not crazy about these OESD bobbins. I'm just saying. That is my opinion. But I really like the Filtech. And I'm glad that they're bringing them back. Okay. So when it stops in the middle of design like that, I just go back until it gets, I'll go back one stitch at a time, which I can here on the plus minus, until it gets back up there. Well, let's go minus 10, see what happens. Okay, now let's go plus 1 until we go back down there. There we go. There we go. Let's hope this one works, huh? The dime bobbins. Oh, okay. I wonder if she has any of those in here. I don't know, these OESD ones. likes these. Doesn't have like a steady stitch bobbins. Wonder if these are better or if this is what I'm using. I don't know. I don't think this is what I'm using. These are, well, they don't say, oh, they're 60 weight. They sure look thicker than 60 weight. But... Okay, what's next? We need to change our color, and I'm going to change it to the Isacord 1730, which is this pretty, I don't know, it's kind of like a tomatoey red, right? It's not a bright red. It's kind of a soft red. It's orangey maybe. I really like this color for a pin cushion. They have purple, but I wanted my pin cushion to look a little more traditional. So I went with this color. Just one I happen to have in my stash. But they do sell it here. It's just a really pretty tomatoey color, I think. It worked out perfect. I'm sure that I've got it here. She sells Isacord. It's our little pin cushion. It's Stitcher Sewing Room. Is there a book nook? Stitcher book nook? Is that one too, or is that a new one? Oh gosh, am I gonna fall in love with another one? You wind your own bobbins for embroidery too, huh? Do you use 60 weight? You use bobbin thread, I would imagine. I have a few spools of that. I should just make a bunch of them up and use that thread. That's better, huh? Trying to see the colors a little better. What's after this? Let's see. Pearl Glide, the color Pearl. I'm assuming that's this color. This color, pretty beigey color. Yeah, I should do that too. I do have some bobbin thread, and it's just, you know, wasting away. All right. I should use it up since I don't like these bobbins. I should just make my own until the till the other ones come back out. The Filtech. I really like the Filtech. Okay, putting the pearl in. And I don't know if I don't think it is me, but I think the Filtech, they lasted longer. They went longer. Yeah. Okay. These are the little lines in between, the little detail on our tomato pincushion. Next is sage. It's probably one of my all-time favorite colors. Look at, I use it all the time. Anytime something calls for green, I use sage. I love sage. It's Glide sage. Oh, this is going to do the satin stitch around all the squares. We're using pearl for that. Here we go. A special bob inside, yeah. I know, it seems like, you know, when you buy a certain kind of machine, you gotta kind of stick with that, right? Even if you want other machines. I have a Viking. I don't have an Epic. I have the Husqvarna Topaz 50. That was my first embroidery machine. I still have it. They don't make pre-wounds for the Viking. You know, I think you're right. I don't think I have any that fit. I only embroider on my Baby Luck. So, yeah. Oh, I can't wait for you to get your machine back too. Don't you hate it when your machine is on? Makes me sad. But they need the maintenance. Whenever it's time for my machine, maintenance on my machine, I'm always like, just do it, Karen, just do it. You need to do it, because I never want to do it. And it has to be done. And I'm always glad when it's over with. Yay, it's home for another year. Is a cute. I love all of it is so cute. Second, I'll have some coffee. I have my Starbucks. Today I got a mocha latte because it was cold this morning. So I got a hot latte. Of course, it's not so hot anymore, but it still tastes good. Oh, I hope not either. I hope not either. What happened to it? Uh-oh. I don't like that noise. I guess we're okay. This is so cute. Think of all the color combinations. When they're not very big pieces, you could go through your stash and just make these all day. Just make sure you have enough zippers. right, now we're doing our sage green. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's free. And we're having fun sewing together. I was just looking to see if I made a mistake, but I don't think I did. I'll talk about it in a minute. So now we're going to do our little, finish off our tomato, and then it is also going to do the color of the thread on the spool. So when you're picking your colors, make sure, because like the detail in the tomato is also what goes around here all at the same time. If you want those to be different, you can. You can just stop, change the color, and then do it, but you would have to stop the machine because it's automatically going to do this. So you think about what color you want the top of your tomato is going to be the same color that your thread is on your spool. So if you want different colors, like their tomato on theirs is the pretty lavender color. So you can make your tomato any color you want, and then that way, you know, the top doesn't have to be green. So just keep those things in mind when you're picking colors, that, you know, they might be stitching two different parts of your design with the same color. Because I know, let's see, it's going to go over and do the spool now. And I know sometimes that takes me by surprise. I'm like, oh, I wanted my thread to be something different. And if I did, then I would stop it before it did this, cut, change my thread, and then I can have whatever color I want. So just keep that in mind. When you're looking, and it's always helpful to look at your screen if you have that type of machine, because it'll tell you what it's stitching. Sometimes I look over and I'm like, oh, it's going to do that too. And I'm like, well, I want that to be a different color. So then I know to stop the machine, and then I can change it and make it any color I want. So just a little tip. And if you do want something different, and you might want to make a note in your instructions, maybe highlight, and that way you don't forget. Okay, what is next? So we want so I have green here, so then it does some detail on there, so I'm doing a darker green, which for me is the Isacord, and this is 5944, and it's just a darker green to stitch the details on my spool of thread. Because, you know, we're kind of like artists, right? So the fabric is our canvas, and the thread is our paint. And sometimes I get paralyzed with what colors to use. Oh, that would be cute. Could make it look a little fuzzy. That would be cute. put some felt, some green felt where the tomato top stitched. Okay, so there's our detail. Let's see what's next. I'm looking at the machine. What is next? Sometimes it's too, oh, okay. The Avenir tricks me. The Avenir is a tricksy machine. Okay, so now we're doing the detail on top of our spool. So I went with, let me see, what did I go with? Oyster. I went with oyster, which is kind of like this pretty brown. It's a glide color. And it just gives some detail to our spool. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Yeah, a little dimension. A little dimension is always good. Okay, our next color is going to be our Glide Cool Gray 3, and this is going to do our little pins. See, I'll show you what I mean by this machine's a little tricksy for me, because I'm not used to this with the Avenir. So I'll show you on the screen. I'm going to move you over to the screen a little bit. So I tend to look here on when a step is done. It's like, oh, what am I stitching? And I see here, let me make sure you can see that. I can't. Yeah, no, you cannot. Okay. So I see here, I'm like, oh, it's doing the spool. Well, it's not doing the spool because I have to click OK here, and then it moves to the next step here. So now I see that's why I need Cool Gray 3, because I'm doing the little pins. So it's just me, but that gets me every time. I don't know if the Avenir owners out here, I'm trying not to make you guys sick, but I don't know if the Avenir owners out here had to get used to that or not, but that is something I have to get used to, going from my machine to to this machine. It gets me every time. Okay, so I think that's why I get a little confused on which step I'm on. If some of you are thinking, what is wrong with her? That's part of it. And also to hit this thread cutter back here, it's easier for me to use two hands. I just guide it with this hand back here into the thread, into the cutter. Otherwise, I'll be searching for that thing for 5 minutes. Okay, doing the little pins. Ooh, cork. Cork for the spool. That's a great idea. These are little pins in our pin cushion. Yes, Kingstar metallic, yes. And Kingstar metallic gold for the scissors in the middle. Pretty. Or bronze, if you want them to look a little more antique-y. Okay, now we're going to start doing our little pinheads. Let's see what colors I have written down for that. First one is Tar Heel, which is a very pretty blue. Oops, bumped the light. There we go. Let's see what I have next. We're on right now we're on step 19, if I didn't mention that. Next, we're using taffy. Well, I don't like the way that second pin head turned out. I think I'm going to redo that one. I don't think it hardly... Let me rethread here the blue. I'm going to go with the Tar Heel again because that second little pin head didn't really... didn't stitch out at all. Okay, so now I'm going to do my plus minus again. Okay, we're going to do... Oh, this is the first one. Okay. Actually, I can just go up one and down one, and then it'll do the first one again. There we go. The second one did fine. The first one did not do so good. So let's get that one done again. Now I'm going to stop. I don't want to do the second one again. I'm going to cut. And I'm going to get rid of these little, and looks much better. Now we'll put in our taffy. Okay. Wait. Cut. Because I went back, I need to go back to there. Okay. Now we're on the right step. We're on step 20. Step 21, we're going to need our Jubilee. This is for our scissors. Using the Glide Jubilee. Okay. Okay. Let's change to our gold. They are busy out there today. Well, I think they're busy every day, but there's a lot going on out there right now. Okay. And we're just back here in our own little world. Okay, we're going to do the scissors. Maybe my upper thread again. I wonder what's happening. Am I doing something wrong here? I mean, okay. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to check the bobbin. Okay. So we're just going to start over on our scissors. I just went back to the beginning of the scissors. Okay, and it didn't like that either. All right, so I'm going to rethread everything and I'm going to check my bobbin. Let's see. Yeah, look at that. I don't like that. Okay, so I'm gonna put in a new bobbin. Okay. Let's put in a new bobbin. And we'll thread our upper thread again. Okay. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the design again because really nothing is stitched out. Maybe that will solve our problems. I know. And then it won't even let you like power through that. And you're like, well, I know I can finish this one little spot. It just keeps saying no, no. Happy with that new bobbin. I'm just purring like a kitten. Going to do a couple of pinheads here, and then let's see what's next. Mulberry. Mulberry, pretty purple, is next. Sorry. Bumping the camera. Okay. Let's see how that did. Very good. Okay, we're going to start to work on our lining. So let's take this out and we'll go over to the table. Let me go to the table. Oops, my coffee's in the way. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Okay. All right, let's read our directions. On the back of the hoop. I'm going to be working on the back. Fabric F. Which one do I have for fabric F? I guess we'll do this one. I think I have a different fabric. Okay, fabric F. We'll just call this one F. F is, well, let's just make sure it's the right size. Two by 9. Do I have a 2? Oh, do I have a 2 by 9 left? Did I have a glass of wine before I cut everything? Do I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here? For front lining. Front lining? What's front lining? F. On the back, the smaller fabric F. The smaller fabric F. I didn't mess up on this side, did I? Did I mess up and use that one instead? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And here I was just raving about their directions. But, you know, it's me not reading, I think. It's me not reading. Okay. We're okay. We're going to be okay. Yeah. They wanted this big piece on the front. Why, though? It's so big. Okay. We're just gonna make it work. So I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut this, make it smaller. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. All right. So where are we putting this? I am so sorry if I'm messing you guys up. On the back of the hoop, place smaller fabric F, right side together, aligning the edge of the fabric with the left edge of the zipper as shown. The fabric will be covering the zipper. Okay. So when they say with the left edge of the zipper, tape as shown. So they have it like this. So the arm is over here. Okay. And they want this covering the zipper, right? With the left edge of the zipper.
I need tweezers.
Tweezers.
Do you have a pair in here? I can see.
I do.
Sorry.
Here.
Thank you. I'll get out of here.
Okay. Aligning the edge of the fabric with the left edge of the zipper. So this is the left edge down here. And we're going to be covering the zipper. Okay. I hope I didn't mess up my bag. That would make me sad. Okay. Were you guys yelling at me? I know. It's like I have to read things 20 times. Okay. Covering the zipper. Tape into place. We're going to tape it. Got my tape here. Tape it up here. Tape it. I don't know if I trust this tape on the bottom. Hopefully. I've had my tape bunch up on me before. Okay. Okay. All right. Flip to the front. Flip the hoop to the front. And of course I'm going to put it this way again. Okay. Stitch and flip. So I think that means I'm going to stitch, right? And I do have just a straight line on my machine, so let's go to the machine. camera back here. Get my hoop in. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so it's going to tack it down. It will still be beautiful. Thank you. Yes, hopefully functional too. Right? Oh, I left the purple in. I guess I should have switched to a neutral color. I'm getting all flustered. Okay. Well, I kind of like the purple. It's pretty. I'm going to have to do it on the other side too, right? I'm just going to leave the purple in. Okay. What is next? So we did step 23 where we stitched, flip, okay, flip top fabric to the left and tape to secure. If I go here, what? This does not look right. This does not look right. Is it supposed to be the... Yeah. So if I flip it, it's too little now, right? Am I losing my mind? Okay. Covering... I did this, I must have done this wrong. Place smaller piece, aligning the edge of the fabric with the left, covering the zipper. Yeah, so I did this wrong. I gotta take it out. I gotta take it out. You get to watch me pick some without ripping the tearaway. That'll be a challenge, right? I'm going to go from this side because I think I used a smaller size. So I'm going to get underneath here and just get a stitch or two off without... Oh, come on now. There we go. You want a nice, strong, or nice, oh, come on. Oh, is this like a triple stitch? It is, huh? Oh my goodness. This is the lining, so this is like a triple stitch. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Let's see. My okay. My ripper is not very... I'm just going to get a new piece of material here. This is probably my worst mistake yet. See? Yeah, I'm going to need a new piece of material here. Here we go. I'm just going to get a new piece of material. it's a triple stitch, so I have to be kind of aggressive. There. I'll make that go away, and I'll get a new piece out of my beautiful new package. And I'm just pulling a random one out here. So we're going to cut it at about 2 inches. Probably a little bit more. Okay. And we're going to try this again. This way. Because we want it to go up like that. We're doing the lining. Okay. We're lining it up. I'm going to put it over a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do this again. No big deal. Okay. All right. Let's go do that again and pretend like, oh, you're at the machine. I'm sorry. Okay. This is what happened. This is what happened to me. Let me get you back to the machine. This is what happened to me. First of all, the first thing I did was I changed my, when I was cutting it out to begin with, I used different materials than what is in the book. And then I didn't label them, okay? And I understand you're confused. I'm right there with you. So I confused myself by changing my material. So when I'm reading the directions, and let's go back, let's just go back to where I made my first mistake. Let's see, my first mistake, I think, was down here. So A, fabric A. My fabric A, no, that's fabric A. Okay, so I'm confusing myself. Going here to this fabric here. This is where I think I made my first mistake. That material was fabric D. And fabric D is 7 by 9. I obviously did not use a 7 by 9, so it's not long enough, right? I have really jacked this up. Fabric D. Yeah. No. 3 by 9. 3 by 9. So you're cutting 2 fabric Ds. One is 7 by 9 and one is 3 by 9. Okay? So 3 by 9. So that's not where I made my first mistake. My first mistake was when I went to do the lining. Okay? And I'm so sorry about this. I'm trying to get all of us back on track, mainly me. Okay. So when I went to go do the lining, I had, it tells there's 2 pieces that you have of the lining. One of them was small and one of them was large. One of them's 6 by 9 and one of them's 2 by 9. Okay. And then you have your backing. Well, your lining, because you're using a layer cake, your lining is going to be 2 different pieces, 2 different patterned pieces. Your lining is going to be, and I'll open up the other bag here. I'll open up this one. So the lining, because you're using a layer cake, you have that on one side and you have this on the other. Okay, so your lining pieces are two different colors. Okay. That confused me. So I think we're okay now. So I cut two big pieces of lining instead of, this was totally on me, but I've corrected it now. So on the back, I have the small piece, and I didn't show you any of that because I didn't, let me show you. I am so sorry, you guys. Let's go over to the table. We'll talk about it at the table. So this is the piece that I have used. It's a small piece. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it again, because this is where I got confused and I confused everybody. We finished our top. Our top is all done. And then we have this piece here that I'm using for my top lining. Now we always want to have this with the arm on this side, okay? And it's telling us, because this is going to be flipped, this way. God bless America if I can get this right. All right, let's read it again. On the back of the hoop, place smaller fabric F piece, aligning the edge of the fabric with the left edge of the zipper tape as shown. And it has a picture. So now it has the arm on this side. Maybe that's why I got confused. It has the arm on this side. Good Lord. Okay. Arm is on this side. I guess that's what that means there. And it wants you to line the fabric with the left edge of the zipper tape as shown. Okay, left edge, that's over here. We're covering it. I'm going to put the straighter edge. We're covering it because we're going to stitch and then we're going to flip, and it's going to be the top of the bag inside. Okay, I'm so sorry. Put the wrong. Yes. Oh, forgot to move the camera. Yes. I'm so sorry. I ripped it out. We started over. You feel my pain? Yes. Any more questions? Are we still thoroughly confused? Okay, so we're covering the zipper. Covering the zipper. Align the edge of the fabric with the left edge of the zipper. That's this side, this edge. Okay. Okay. I think I have it right now. So I'm going to tape this down. I just want to just make sure everybody understands where I messed up, so that if they're watching this on the replay, they understand. And if you don't, go ahead. You're back on track. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. So this is where we're at. We're doing the upper lining of our bag. And we're going to go over to the machine. I will take the time to, get everybody on the same page, because I know what it's like to be lost in a tutorial. You just want to walk away, and I don't want you guys to do that. So I can change my thread now. I don't have to have purple up here. So there's the silver lining, right? There's the silver lining in my debauchery. Although I can't get the purple out. But I'm going to change. I'm going to change to a neutral color. I think I'll just go with this. What do you think? Yeah, I think that'll work. Or maybe the brown. I do like the tan. I do like that color. So it kind of goes with everything. So there's my silver lining. I found one. Okay. We're going to get through this. And it's still fun. I should have stitched one out last night so that I could. Now I've got to go back. I've got to go back in my design, right? So we're going this way. Okay. Don't forget to do that. Oh. Didn't thread my needle. Okay. Okay. She is the absolute best. I agree 100%. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to leave that color in, and we're going to go back over to the table. Okay. Okay. Now let's carefully read. Remove hoop and flip. Okay, I'm going to take the tape off. And we're going to flip. Okay. Maybe I should iron. But I think I'm just going to tape this out of the way. Okay, just to keep it out of the way. What are we doing next? Remove hoop and flip. Flip hoop to the front. What? Okay. So we did step 23. Step 24 is a tack down stitch. So it's the tack down stitch for the lining. Okay, so let's go back and do that. Let's make sure that that's good under there. Let's go back to the machine. I need to move this camera just back out of the way. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So I didn't put a whole lot of tape, so I'm going to double check. See, that part came over. Okay, just kind of lift it and look. Make sure we're not And it's just going to go and tack down that part, that top part. What is that for my notes? Oh, the incorrect lining. Well, where I messed up was it was before step 23. After step 22 was where I messed up and put in the wrong size. Is that what you're asking? A helpful thing that I have learned is to cross off each step as I go. Yeah, that's a good idea. That is a very good idea. Especially the way they write them sometimes. I guess I'm just so used to Kimberbell holding my hand. Okay. That was step 24. We did our little tack down. Now we're going to put our other side of the lining on. So let's go back over to the table. Change the camera. Okay. And what does it say? It says, on the back of the hoop, place remaining fabric F, aligning the edge of the fabric with the right edge of the zipper tape as shown. Why would it say smaller? So, okay, so I'm not crazy. The fabric we just did, it said place smaller fabric F piece. And now here it says place smaller remaining fabric F piece. I don't need your help to be confused. Riley Blake, I can do that all on my own. Okay, so I'm going to just place this. This is actually the bigger piece, right? Okay. So yeah, I don't know, I might change the wording there. I might, because they're both not smaller pieces. You know, there was a big piece and a small piece, so why don't they just say remaining, the remaining piece of fabric F? Okay. So, and it's over here, and see now they have, now they have the arm on this side, right? Oh no, they still have it on, we still have it over here. We still have it over here. Okay. So this is going to flip this way and be our bottom fabric. So cover the zipper. Cover the zipper and tape. Let's put some tape on here. So let's put some here too, maybe. Okay. Tape there. Okay, so that's taped. So this could have a tendency to move here. So let's be careful when we go over to the machine, and it should do a straight line. That's what we're on. We're on a straight line this way. Okay, let's go to the machine. make sure that my material stays out here, right? I still have my little tan color in. Ooh. Okay. Back to the table. Switch the camera. Tape off. Okay. Putting it down here. Okay. Just going to reuse some tape here. And it's going to do a tack down. Let's make sure. Okay. Flip fabric open to the right and tape to secure. And then we'll flip to the front. Why that's necessary. And then we're going to do the tack down. Okay? Do the tack down now. Let's go over here. Sorry, off the camera. Okay. There we go. Moving the camera. I did. Whew. These 2 pages of notes. Yeah. Yes, yes, I agree. Some of these can be very confusing. Okay, so it says open our zipper halfway. Okay. We did the tack down. It says open the zipper. And we're going to page step 27. Center fabric right side down over the entire bag. So I chose this for my backing. So we're going to do that right. Oops, sorry. I'm going to do that right side down, covering the whole bag. Okay. And we're going to stitch a tack down. Now this tack down is going to go all the way around. It's not going to leave an opening. Oh, this is lining. This isn't the back. I don't want this for the back. I want this for my other side of the lining, right? Okay. No, I'm wrong again. This step is for the back. I knew I was right. I'm second guessing myself. Okay. I need to trust myself. Trust myself, Kara. Trust thyself. Okay. Put the back lining right side down, centered over the entire bag. Okay? Now it's going to go all the way around. It's not going to leave an opening because this is not the lining. We have our zipper pull in the middle. It should be out of the way. If you have a big zipper pull, tape it because it does get kind of close. Okay. Yeah, this is the back of our bag. Okay. Did I do that wrong? I did that wrong. Okay. God, give me strength. Okay. I did that wrong. That is now my, well, I got to take it off. Oh boy. I am just in rare form today. I am in rare form. I got to take this off now too. I'm back. Yes. So now you can see me. I don't know why I'm such a scatterbrain today. I apologize profusely to anybody watching this video. Now, later, this is wrong. This should have been on the back of the hoop. This should have been on the back of the hoop is my problem. You ever have those days? Well, I'm having one. I'm having a day. So I'm going to go this way. Try to get this to where once you get it started, it's not so bad. But I'm going to get through this. We are getting through this together, I hope. Hopefully, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody turned this off and said, that girl doesn't know what she's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. If anything, I'm hoping that I'm making you feel better about yourself. I hope that you are like, well, at least I'm not as jacked up as she is. Right? And that's okay. It's okay. If I can make somebody feel that way, I'm good with it. Because you're in it with me. You're in this mess with me right now. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that you're here. You're watching this painstaking, confusing. And if I can make you feel better about yourself, then that's a positive we can take away. Okay, there's that. Now, I'm going to read this. And it's probably somewhere going to tell me to turn it over, right? Okay, so does it tell me over here? Open the zipper halfway, and then it just says center fabric, right side down over the entire bag. Back of the hoop, it says it over here. right? This is all the same step, I guess. So I'm going to center the fabric, and then I'm going to the back of the hoop. See, Riley, Blake, can you just put back of the hoop here and then center fabric? Can we do that? Just for people like me that I need it, I need that. Not everybody, but me. Okay, so we're going to the back of the hoop. Right? D, this is fabric D. I am really confused here. Let's think about this. Center fabric, right side down. Over the entire bag. Remove the hoop and flip. Why remove the hoop and flip? You mean flip to the back of the hoop? Why do I feel like I'm reading another language? Okay. The last thing we did was open the zipper halfway, right? Now we center fabric right side up, and it went all the way around. That's fabric D, but it doesn't say, is that supposed to be on top? Right side down, but why would it be right side down? Okay. Can any of you guys help me here? I think the back goes on the front and I think the back goes on the front. I think you center the fabric on the front, then flip to the back of the hoop. So we put it face down like this. So I did that right. Because we've got two different stitches here. We've got one that's going all the way around, and then we've got the one that's leaving the opening on the back. So this should be right side down. Did I do it right and I just unpicked for no reason? So this is correct. We're going to go with this. Yes, on top. So now I'm going to stitch all the way around, right? I'm going to do that again, just like this. Why am I not understanding this? Tack down fabric D. Fabric D, which this is what I want to be on the back of my bag. Okay, so we're going to stitch all the way around. Okay, all right, so we're going to do that again. We're going to do that again. That just felt very wrong. I'm going to go back to the machine. Here we go. I'm going to stitch this again. Okay, everybody's saying yes. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. Oh, wait. I did not. I need to go back to that step. Okay, I'm going back to that step, and it's going to stitch all the way around. My zipper is still open. Okay, we're going with it. Okay. This is the back of my bag, right? Thank God you guys are here with me. I'm going to flip right side out when I'm done. Okay. Trust the process, right? Okay, now we're going to put our back lining on the back of the bag. Okay. Okay. Back over to the table. Switch the camera. And then this one Does this one go? We're going to do right sides together, right? Do right sides together. Right side down, right side down. Okay, okay. Let's tape. I'm still thoroughly confused. I don't know why. I've made so many of these, but for some reason. Okay, let's go back to the machine. Okay, now it's going to leave an opening. Okay. Do you think I've done it right? Breathe. Yes, I do. I need to breathe. Oh. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me to breathe. I don't usually get this discombobulated. If you're new here, thank you for sticking around. And this is not indicative to every tutorial, or not a tutorial, sew along that I've done. And I hope you come back. Never more happy to hear that. Okay. Let's see if we did it right. Oh, I'm sure I did. Okay. Remove the project bag from the hoop and remove the excess stabilizer. Okay. Oh, move the camera, move the camera. I remembered. Get some tape in here. Okay. Done with the hoop. There we go. Okay. You know, I think first, I'm just going to cut. I'm going to cut with scissors. Now, it says to remove the stabilizer, but I'm going to wait until after I cut. Trim all sides, leaving a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use my pinking shears because I don't want to use my good scissors to go through a zipper. Even though it's really hard to get through a zipper with these, but oh, golly, okay. I think it's time for some new pinking shears. You can't really sharpen pinking shears, can you? When I use pinking shears, I do a little less than 1/4 of an inch, just a little. Where's my opening? It's on this side. So let's go. I want to leave that a little bit bigger. Oh, not that much bigger, but a little bit. Okay. All right. Get rid of some of this, huh? All right, let's turn it through, see what happens. Right? I mean, that is the next step. Let's see. La, 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 la. Pull entire bag through the opening. Okay. You're gonna need a point turner for this one. It's really thick. Okay, we should be looking at the lining, right? Okay, let me get my point turner. Get these corners out. Because this is a teensy little, let's open it up all the way, probably would help. This is a tiny little top. So, okay. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. Well, there, that one went. I don't want to push too hard with this point. I'll go right through. But I'd like to get as much as I can. Just not using too much force. Okay. Get these down here. Use my fingers as much as possible. Of course, I have a little bit of a nail, so that helps. Okay, ooh, okay. Now this is where you would close it. And I would use Steam-A-Seam. I have some up here. I do have some Steam-A-Seam up here. Just gonna break off a piece here. I'm gonna turn my iron on. Turn my iron on here, which I think that's it. Yeah, okay. All right. So I'm gonna put some Steam-A-Seam on here. Wait for my iron to heat up. How are we doing? You can take. Oh, really? Does that sharpen them? Let's cut this off while we're waiting for our iron. Okay, let's move this. Bring the iron in. I'm just going to get this hot. Just a little. I'm going to stick the tip in here just to make sure we get that nice and hot. Okay. Then we'll peel it off. Hopefully the glue will stay. It did. And then we'll make it nice and flat. Give it a good iron. You can hand sew that if you'd like. Now we will turn this through. And look, I think we did it right. Ooh, get all my pickings. Yours won't look like that. Won't have all those extra threads. All right. Yeah, I got some cleaning up to do on mine, but it will clean up nice. Oh, look. Let's iron it. You guys see what I'm, yeah. Gotta be careful of, this iron's really hot and I just have a lot of threads to clean up. But look, we did it. We got through it. Oh my gosh. Whoo-wee. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. I would trim and remove the stabilizer. Yes. Well, you know, you really can't. It's really soft. See all of this stuff I need to clean up? Yours won't look like that, I promise. So yeah, I just need to go through and get rid of all of that. But look at that. So there's that one. And then here's our first one. And they're both adorable. What do you think? We made it. We got through it. Or I did. And you guys hung out. You know, if you guys stayed with me, you're amazing. And I appreciate you more than you know. Oh, thank you. I don't know about good job, but it was a job and we did it. We got through it. I didn't cry. I may cry later. No, I won't. I won't cry later. I'll be a big girl. Okay. So, let's talk about what's coming up next. What's coming up next is our door hanger. And this I hope will go a lot smoother. But I'm going to make another one between now and then, so it'll be fresh in my mind. And I won't take you down this horrible road we went down today. No crying and sewing. That's a good movie. Yeah. Yes, you're right. There's no crying and sewing. Sometimes there's crying, but there shouldn't be. But this is what's coming up next, and I hope, you know, despite everything we saw today, that you will join me and we'll have more fun doing this. This was fun. It was still fun. And I still had fun. I still had fun hanging out with you guys. Go get lunch. Yes. Maybe have a glass of wine, huh? Have a glass of wine with lunch. Yes. But I think it still turned out really cute. And this one has the 2 pull, which I think is cute. This one has just the 1, which, you know, is still adorable. Okay, so either way, it's going to be great. This is going to be a lot of fun. I was thinking something like this would be cute, especially this one. This one here would be cute on a zipper bag, on a project bag. You know, down on a project bag, that would be cute. Again, just 1 layer cake will make this also. So the layer cake we use today, as long as you don't miscut like I did, you can make this and this. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you so much. So it takes a village. Yes, you guys are awesome. You kept me on track. It was a workout. Yes, it was. I do. I feel like a nap. I could go take a nap right now. Oh, I'm so glad you had fun. I really appreciate that. I feel like there should be a disclaimer on the video. Watch with a glass of wine. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being with me and sticking through it with me. I really appreciate you. You guys are awesome. I love you all. And hopefully we'll see you next month. Next month when we do our door hanger. The door hanger's the best one, I think. Okay. You guys take care. And we will see you